unsettling, raw statement to make. You clearly disturb people who see those sort of statements as profound. Because through you, there is still you. And they need to think. And start thinking for centuries. Nobody has been there to disturb it. People have been consulted and not going to consult anybody. Very unsettling. Disturb people who see those sort of statements as profound. Because through you, there is still you. And they need to think. And start thinking for centuries. Nobody has been there to disturb it. People have been consulted and not very unsettling, raw statement to make. Very unsettling, raw statement to make. You clearly disturb people who see those sort of statements as profound. Because through you, there is still you. And they need to
figure out how I want to do the intro to this song.
and start thinking for centuries. Nobody has been there. Very unsettling, raw statement to make. You clearly disturb people who see those sort of statements as profound. Because through you, there is still you. And they need to because through you, there is still you. And they need to think. And start thinking for centuries. Nobody has been there to disturb it. People have been consulted and not going to consult anybody. Because the more you need to think and start thinking for centuries. Nobody has been there to disturb it. People have been consulted and not going to consult anybody. Because the more you consult him, the more you target the enemy. Disturb him, solve him. You don't mind the enemy.
There's just an automation. I mean, I've done some things in the mutator there. I've done some things here in the mutator. There's an automation on the clip on the shift pitch. I think this stuff just got modified slightly. I'm not doing any of the crazy mutator stuff. The mix is at 100 on the mutate if I chose to. But you can go in here and see from the beginning. I just did some pitch shifting on the voice with the Avox mutator. There it is right there.
Very unsettling, raw statement to make. You clearly disturb people who see those sort of statements as profound. Because through you, there is still you. And they need to think. And start thinking for centuries. Nobody has been there to disturb it. People have been consulted and not going to consult anybody.
It should be better.
Because the more you consult him, the more you guide him. The still sound
Is that better to go over me?
I'm not going to let you in any way. I have always loved contradiction because for
How
me
about now?
contradiction has something of tremendous value. They appear contradictions to the intellect, but deeper you go into them, you will find they are compensatories. They are not. They appear contradictions to the intellect, but they appear contradictions to the I have always loved contradiction because for me contradiction has something of tremendous value. They appear contradictions to the intellect, but deeper you go into them, you will find they are compensatories. They are not contradictions. They somehow depend on each other. If one disappears, the other will not be contradiction. They somehow depend on each other. If one disappears, the other will not be there. You find they are compensatories. They are not contradictions. They somehow depend on each other. If one disappears, the other will not be there. You find they are compensatories. They are not contradictions. They somehow depend on each other. If one disappears, the other will not be there.
Hey, what's up, T-Rex? Nice. I'll try to watch my language for moms. Depends on how hard the DAW fights me. Yo, T-Rex, are you aware of how you make sweet and sour at home? It's the easiest stuff in the world, and it's awesome with egg rolls. It's like you have the two ingredients in your house right now. I guarantee it. You may not even know that you have the ingredients. Are you ready? Drum roll, please. Degoro. Mustard and like grape jelly. Just mix some mustard and grape jelly together, and it's like the best. It's the best sweet and sour sauce at home, man. Just mustard and grape jelly. If you've never tried it and you don't believe me, just try it. It's amazing.
Wednesday.
Blackberry will work just fine, man. It works great, dude. When my aunt told me about it, like way back in the day, I didn't even believe her. I was like, whatever, this is ridiculous. And then it was delicious.
I have always loved contradictions because for me contradictions have something of tremendous value. They appear contradictions to the intellect. They appear contradictions to the intellect. But deeper you go into them, you will find they are completely tremendous value. They appear contradictions to the intellect. But deeper you go into them, you will find they are compensatories. They are not contradictions. They somehow depend on each other. If one disappears, the other will not be there. They appear I'm not going to let you
What the hell? not letting me get my finer resolution for some reason. Oh yeah, the subs are fixed in the drop. Right now I'm just working on expanding the melodies of the different synths a little bit, and the subs. And then figuring out how I want the whole drop to go. Putting in some filters, and I don't know, man. I am liking how like slidey and wormy the song ended up sounding. It's pretty cool. And like in that section, it's so simple, right? But I love the way that the elements are like kind of walking into each other because I've eliminated notes in particular places to allow that to happen. And I just love the way that it ends up playing out. Yeah.
Because maybe everybody has been very concerned. People have been concerned. I am not going to concern anything. Because the more you console everything, the more very unsettling, raw statement tonight. Very unsettling, raw statement. Very unsettling, raw statement tonight. You clearly disturb people. You see those sort of statements. That's profound. Because maybe there is still here. And they need to think. Very unsettling, raw statement tonight. You clearly disturb people. You see those sort of statements. That's very unsettling, raw statement tonight. You clearly very unsettling, raw statement tonight. Very unsettling, raw statement tonight. You clearly disturb people. You see those sort of statements. That's profound. Because maybe there is still here. And they need to. Very unsettling, raw statement tonight. You clearly disturb people. You see those sort of statements. That's profound. Because maybe there is still here. And they need to think. Thinking. Everybody has been here to disturb.
Wasn't it you that gave me these packs? By the way, T-Rex, didn't you give me these packs?
Very unsettling, raw statement that you made. You clearly disturbed people when you see those sort of statements. That's profound. I am not people. Because through you, there is still you. Very unsettling, raw statement that you made. You clearly disturbed people when you see those sort of statements. That's profound. I am not people. Because through you, there is still you. Centuries. Everything has been very disturbed. People have been consulted. I am not going to consult anything. Because the more you consult anything, the more you die very quickly. Very unsettling, raw statement that you made. All of you die very quickly. Disturbed. Sorry. All of you die very quickly. Because the more you consult anything, the more you die very quickly. Disturbed. Very unsettling, raw statement that you made. You clearly disturbed people when you see those sort of statements. That's profound. I am not people. Because through you, there is still you. Centuries. Everything has been very disturbed. People have been consulted. I am not going
It just doesn't match. I do love the pad though. It's a pretty sick pad. I just don't think it can deal with something that bright, and I don't have my choir VSTs installed right now. But it really can't. The track can't tolerate something that overtony. Oh, you're fine, dude. Take your time. I forgive me if I don't respond back fast enough. Because I'll be sitting here staring at FL Studio.
very unsettling, raw statement that you made. You clearly disturbed people when you see those sort of statements. That's profound. I am not people. Because through you, there is very unsettling, very unsettling, raw statement that you made. You clearly disturbed people when you see those sort of statements. That's profound.
I don't know, maybe I should just make a pad. I'm just afraid with this project because it acts so weird when I try to add things to it. Like, I'd like to add a chameleon. Or maybe, I don't even know if I'm using both of these. Or maybe just change the way that pad works, because the stabby stuff isn't really, I'm not feeling it.
Very unsettling. Very unsettling. Very unsettling. Raw statement. Very unsettling. Raw statement that you made. You clearly very unsettling. Raw statement that you made. You clearly very unsettling. Raw statement that you made. You clearly disturb people who see those sort of statements. Very unsettling people. Because really, there is still centuries. The other day has been very disturbing. have been consoling. I am not going to console anything. Because the more you console anything, the more you die very quickly. The starting song. Because really, nobody has been able to start. People have been consoling. I am not going to console anything. Because the more you console anything, the more you die very quickly. Nobody. Nobody has been able to start. People have been consoling. I am not going to console anything. Because the more you console anything, the more you die very quickly. The starting song. Nobody has been able to. Nobody has been. Nobody has been able to start. People have been consoling. I am not going to console anything. Because the more you console anything, the more you die very quickly. The starting song. Nobody has been able to start. People have been consoling. I am not going to console anything. Because the more you console anything, the more you die very quickly. The starting song. Nobody has been able to start. People have been consoling. I am not going to console anything. Because the more you console anything, the more you die very quickly. The starting song. Nobody has been able to start. People have been consoling. I am not going to console anything. Because the more you console anything, the more you die very quickly. Nobody has been able to start. People have been consoling. I am not going to console anything. Because the more you console anything, the more you die very quickly. The starting song.
Guys, gotta excuse me for a minute. I'm just trying to get some interesting character on that sound because I really like what it's doing in the song, even when it's just super chill. But I really wanted to make it do a little bit more. And I hear you on the risers. I was gonna go over to the old school Vengeance packs here in just a little bit and see what I can find.
Because the more you also everything, the more you the stronger.
Oh, I forgot I was running that on the same thing.
I have always loved contradictions because for me contradictions have something of a tremendous value. They appear contradictions to the intellect. I have always loved contradictions because for me contradictions have something of nobody has been able to discover. People have been concerned. Nobody has been able to discover. 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 People have nobody has been able to discover. People have been concerned. Nobody has been able to discover. People have been concerned.
Yeah, I wish you could zip share those fucking egg rolls to me too, brother. I am the owner of a lonely heart. For egg rolls.
Nobody has been able to discover. People have been concerned. Because the more you also everything, the more you the stronger.
I have always loved contradictions because for me contradictions have something of tremendous value. They appear contradictions to the intellect, but deeper you go into them, you will find they are compensatories. They are not contradictions. They somehow depend on each other. If one disappears, the other will not be there. They appear contradictions to the intellect, but they appear contradictions to the intellect. But deeper you go into them, you will find they are compensatories. They are not contradictions. They appear contradictions to the intellect. They appear contradictions to the intellect. They appear contradictions. They appear. They appear contradictions. They appear contradictions to the intellect. They appear contradictions to the intellect. They appear contradictions to the intellect.
What to do with this section?
They appear contradictions to the intellect. But deeper you go into them, you will find they are compensatories. They are not contradictions.
Tricked you.
They somehow depend on each other. If one disappears, the other will not be there.
Once we finish this little like build section here and the second drop, I'll probably export this and put it up as a public whip. Cause I'm fucking terrible about finishing songs. But what's really going on this weekend is that if you happen to notice the lack of my presence last weekend, my sister's wedding was in North Carolina, so I left on Friday morning about 8 a.m. and got back about Sunday at 10:30, and was driving a lot and doing a lot and partying a lot, getting up early and continuing to do those things. And then I got back home at 10:30 on Sunday night, and then had to just work all fucking week, right? So, yeah, boo-hoo. I know everybody's got to live, but it was just a rough... Like, I think today was the first day I got to sleep in since August 4th. Yeah, today was the first day I really got to sleep in since the 4th. And it felt good. So I need to get some tracks done for Stance Audio. These guys trying to put together kind of a new thing. They've got a few artists lined up. Trying to get a few tracks together for them.
Contradictions, they appear contradictions to the intellect. But they appear contradictions to the intellect. But deeper you they appear contradictions to the intellect. But deeper you go into them, you will find they are compensatories. They are not contradictions. They appear contradictions to the intellect. But they appear contradictions to the intellect. They appear contradictions to the intellect. But
Deeper you go. Well, really, I try not to make any responsibilities in my life. Like, I like to have as little things that I have to do as possible. I just like to, like, wake up and breathe, you know? But unfortunately, the world does not really approve of that kind of lifestyle. So you have to do things. I could have swore I got a pack of cigarettes when I went out earlier. I could be wrong. Kind of sucks. Alright. Well, we've still got like 7 or 8 cigarettes left. No need to panic just yet.
they appear contradictions to the intellect. But deeper you go into them,
I really hate this section.
they appear contradictions to the intellect. But deeper you go into them, you will find they are compensatories. They are not. They appear contradictions to the intellect. Deeper you go into them, you will find they are compensatories. They are not contradictions. Deeper you go into them, you will deeper you go into them, you will find they are compensatories. They are not contradictions. They somehow depend on each other. If one deeper you go into them, you will find they are deeper you go into them, you will find they are compensatories. They are not contradictions. Deeper you go into them, you will contradictions. This contradictions. They somehow contradictions. They somehow depend on each other. If one disappears, the other will not be there.
See, the problem I'm facing in my brain is, yeah, some tribal. You know what? This song could actually do with some tribal percussion, man. It really could.
Contradictions. They somehow depend.
I don't know if I can find where I put all that shit. It's not in there.
The following is
Oh wait, it's all in the she folder. Thought it was. Hold on a second. I forgot I went and grabbed a bunch of this shit from Looperman one day. This is what you get when you spend a lot of time trying to collect samples. It's all royalty free. Royalty free crazy stuff.
They appear contradictions to the intellect, but they appear contradictions to the intellect, but they appear contradictions to the intellect. But deeper you go, they appear they appear contradictions to the intellect. But deeper you go into them, you will find they are compensatories. They are not contradictions. They appear contradictions to the intellect. But deeper you go into them, you will find they are compensatories. They are not contradictions. They appear contradictions to the intellect. But deeper you go into them, you will find they are compensatories. They are not contradictions. They appear contradictions to the intellect. But deeper you go into them, you will find they are compensatories. They are not contradictions. They appear contradictions to the intellect. But deeper you go into them, you will find they are compensatories. They are not contradictions. They somehow depend on each other. If one disappears, the other will not be there. Contradictions to the intellect. They appear contradictions to the intellect. But they appear contradictions to the contradictions to the intellect. But deeper you go into them, you will find they are compensatories. They are not contradictions. They appear contradictions to the intellect. But deeper you go into them, you will find they are compensatories. They are not contradictions. They somehow depend on each other. If one disappears, the other will not be there. contradictions to the intellect. But deeper you go into them, you will find they are compensatories. They are not contradictions. They somehow depend on each other. If one disappears, the other will not be there. They appear, contradictions. They appear contradictions. They appear contradictions to the intellect. 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 But deeper you go, but deeper you go into them, you will find they are compensatories. They are not contradictions. They appear contradictions to the intellect. But deeper you go into them, they appear contradictions to the intellect. But deeper you go into them, you will find they are compensatories. They are not contradictions. They somehow depend on each other. If one disappears, the other will not be there. They appear contradictions. They somehow depend on in the kingdom of being. Depend on each other. Depend on each other. If one disappears, the other will not be. Depend on each other. If one disappears, the other will not be there. Depend on each other. If one disappears, the other will not be there. Will not be there. The other will not be there. The other will not be there. The other will not be there. depend on each other. If one disappears, the other will not be there. Depend on each other. If one disappears, the other will not be there. Depend on each other. If one, depend
What the hell is that?
depend on each other. If one disappears, the other will not be there. Contradictions. They somehow depend on each other. If one disappears, the other will not be there.
Yeah, I'm not opposed to that, T-Rex. I need to stem out a bunch of my projects for my homies, man.
If one disappears, the other will not be there. If one disappears, the other will not be there. If one disappears, the other will not be there. If one disappears, the other will not be there. If one disappears, the other will not be there. If one disappears, the other will not be there. If one disappears, the other will not be there. Depend on each other. If one disappears, the other will not be there. Depend on each other. If one disappears, the other will not be there.
So I just cheated and threw that last little bit onto a mid effects chain just to give it some weird little this thing.
If one disappears, the other will not be there. If one
Very unsettling, raw statement to make. You clearly disturb people who see those sort of statements as profound. People. But it goes through you. There is feeling of you. People have been very unsettling, raw statement to make. You clearly disturb people who see those sort of statements as profound. People. But it goes through you. There is feeling of you. Nobody has been able to describe. People have been consoling. I am not going to console anything. Because the more you console anything, the more you gather in the way. Discover.
I just think this whole intro is weak as shit. I'm not trying to be like overly self-critical. I just think that the intro kind of sucks. I mean, I'm just trying to be honest with myself.
But they appear contradictions to the intellect. But deeper you go into them, you will find they are compensatories. They are not contradictions. They somehow depend on each other. If one disappears, the other will not be there.
God damn, that sounds good once it drops. So basically, I think the song is about done other than fixing the intro and fixing the drop.
Unsettling, raw statement that you made. You clearly disturbed people who see those sort of statements as profound. And young people. Because through you, there is feeling in you. Nobody has been able to describe. People have been consoling. I am not going to console anything. Because through you, there is feeling in you. Nobody has been able to describe. People have been consoling. statement that you made. You clearly disturbed people who see those sort of very unsettling, raw statement that you made. You clearly disturbed people who see those sort of statements as pathetic. I don't disturb people. Because really, there is still very unsettling, raw statement that you made. Very unsettling, raw statement that you made. You clearly disturb people who see those sort of statements as pathetic. I don't disturb people. Because really, there is still centuries. Nobody has been able to disturb. People have been consuming. I am not going to consume anything. Because the more you consume everything, the more...
It's all out of pitch. It's all out of pitch.
Very unsettling, raw statement that you made. Centuries. Nobody has been able to disturb. People have been consuming. I am not going to consume. Centuries. Nobody has been able to disturb. People have been consuming. I am not going to consume anything. Because the more you consume everything, the more you gather in disturbing, solving,
I think it sounds a lot better at this higher pitch. It's kind of hard to get that particular instrument pitched to A sharp, but you know.
Very unsettling, raw statement you made. You clearly disturb people who see those sort of statements. I don't disturb people. Because through there is killing you. Very unsettling, raw statement you made. You clearly disturb people who see those sort of statements. I don't disturb people. Because through there is killing you. Centuries. We are beginning as you to disturb. People have been consoling. I am not going to console anything. Because the more you console everything, the more you target the enemy. Disturb you. Solve you. You become centuries. We are beginning as you to disturb. People have been consoling. I am not going to console anything. Centuries. We are beginning as you to disturb. People have been consoling. I am not going to console anything.
They're always tuned to C, huh?
Very unsettling, raw statement you made. You clearly disturb people who see those sort of statements. I don't disturb people. Because through there is killing you. Centuries. We are beginning as you to disturb. People have been consoling. I am not going to console anything. Because the more you console everything, the more you target the enemy. Disturb you. Solve you. You become
I've never had this much trouble making an intro before.
very unsettling, raw statement you made. You clearly disturb people who see those sort of statements. Very unsettling, raw statement you made. You clearly disturb people who see those sort of statements. I don't disturb people. Because through unsettling, raw statement he made. You clearly disturbed him to see those sort of statements.
Hey, what's up, Tom? I kind of don't want to ruin the surprise of these percussions until later. I'm doing good, man. It's kind of a rough day for me. I don't know. I'm gonna have to figure some things out. It's gonna be a rough night. I'll tell you that much. Oh, I hear you, T-Rex. I think, the thing is, man, after doing this shit for like fucking 20 years, I like playing around with whatever at times. Sometimes I do a little bit more intense personal work, and sometimes I just want to fuck around with a bunch of audio.
Unsettling, raw statement he made. You clearly disturbed him to see those sort of statements. People have been consolidated. Centuries. Nobody has been able to discover. People have been consolidated. Very unsettling. Raw, stifling. Centuries. Nobody has been able to discover. People have been consolidated. Centuries. Nobody has been able to discover. People have been consolidated. Unsettling, raw, stifling, human. You clearly disturb people. You see those sort of statements. I love to disturb people. Because really, they're disturbing you. Centuries. Nobody has been able to discover. People have been consolidated. Because the more you consolidate, the more you target the enemy. Disturbing, shouting, very unsettling, because the more you consolidate, the more consolidation. Because consolidation. Because the more you consolidate, the more you target the enemy. Disturbing, shouting,
find they are compensatories. They are not contradictions. They somehow depend on each other. If one, they appear contradictions to the intellect. But deeper you go into them, you will find they are compensatories. They are not contradictions. They somehow depend on each other. If one disappears, the other will not be there. They appear contradictions to the intellect. But deeper you go into them, you will find they are compensatories. They are not contradictions. They somehow depend on each other. If one disappears, the other will not be there. Appear contradictions to the intellect. But deeper you go into them, you will find they are compensatories. They are not contradictions. They somehow depend on each other. If one disappears, the other will not be there.
Hey, what's up, goblins? not trying to play notes. I'm just counting intervals between scales of some other stuff that I'm thinking about.
Very unsettling, raw statement he made. You clearly understood.
Each other depend on each other. If one disappears, the other will not be there. how retarded they remain.
Over a group of people.
That was exactly what Jesus concluded. Powers I don't, the glory of Jesus. I am absolutely free to be funny, then you need not worry about the future. He will take care. To be shocking here. I am absolutely free to be funny, then you need not worry about the future. He will take care. To be shocking here, I teach people that nobody can take I don't even bother about contradicting myself. And if you follow him, then I feel no possibility whatsoever. If there was no Adolf Hitler, say,
Oh, excellent. Thanks, Tom. That's pretty cool, man.
obligation to anybody. In such, I am absolutely free to be funny that it makes contradictions complementaries. To be shocking, I have always I don't even bother about contradicting myself.
Maybe that is close to me. You are truly one of the funniest people that I have.
That is right.
You have a wonderful sense of humor. And where did you learn such timing?
I have never learned anything. I have never learned anything.
If I give you a name, perhaps you could give me one of your words.
I have never learned anything. I just go on doing naturally whatsoever I feel to do. Whatsoever I have to say, I say it. Because I don't have any obligation to anybody. And I don't have any commitment to anybody. I don't belong to any party line. I am absolutely free to be funny, to be shocking. I don't even bother about. I will not be there. bother about contradicting myself. Because to me it seems a man who remains consistent his whole life must be an idiot. A growing person has to contradict himself many times. Because who knows what tomorrow brings in? Tomorrow may cancel this day completely. And I don't bother about contradicting myself. Because to me it seems a man who remains consistent his whole life must be an idiot. A growing person. I don't even bother about contradicting myself. I don't even bother about contradicting myself. Because to me it seems a man who remains consistent his whole life must be an idiot. A growing person has to contradict himself many times. Because who knows what tomorrow brings in? Tomorrow may cancel this day completely. To go with life, with no hesitation. I don't even bother about contradicting myself. Because to me it seems a man who remains consistent his whole life must be an idiot. A growing person has to contradict himself many times. Because who knows what tomorrow brings in? Tomorrow may cancel this day completely. And I'm ready to go with life, with no hesitation. I don't even bother about contradicting myself. Because to me it seems a man who remains consistent his whole life must be an idiot. A growing person has to contradict himself many times. Because who knows what tomorrow brings in? Tomorrow may cancel this day completely. And I'm ready to go with life, with no hesitation. And I'm ready to go with life, with no hesitation. Tomorrow may cancel this day completely. And I'm ready to go with life, who remains consistent in his mind. Because to me it seems a man who remains consistent his whole life must be an idiot. A growing person has cancel this day completely. And I'm ready to go with life, with no hesitation. I have never learned anything. I just go on doing naturally whatsoever. I don't even bother about considering myself. I have to say. Because to me, I don't a man and obligation to anyone. And I don't have any material privilege. I don't belong to any party line. I'm contradicting. I don't even bother about contradicting myself.
My mouse is broken, alright?
I don't even bother about contradicting myself. Because to me it seems a man who remains
That'll do, pig. That'll do.
very unsettling, raw statement you made. unsettling, raw statement to be made. You clearly disturb people who see those sort of statements as profound and low to people. Because really, there is theory that centuries we have been heavier than understand. People have been persona and have been personal energy. Because the more you perform and the more you guide your enemy. Disturb you, show you. You don't have the energy.
I have always loved contradictions because for me contradictions have something of tremendous value. They appear contradictions to the intellect, but deeper you go into them, you will find they are compensatories. They are not contradictions. They somehow depend on each other. If one disappears, the other will not be there.
Okay, I have no audio. I see you guys have audio, but I don't have audio. This is like literally a silent wave? No. Why can't I hear that? It's going to the virtual audio cable. It like took over my sound. 1 second, please. Okay. There we go. I'm losing my mind. Alright, hold on. I see you guys don't have any audio. I'm just checking out the export to see how it sounds.
People have been consoling. I am going to perform energy. Because the more you perform and the more you try to enjoy. Disturbing sound.
And Tom, I'm not getting any better at this. I just have a template that I can kind of use to get things close. This is what I use until I send something to you, because I'm still not any good at this at all.
Unsettling, raw, stifling in my mind. You clearly disturb people. You see those sort of statements. I am young to disturb people. Because maybe there is still you. We are beginning has been to disturb. People have been consoling. I am going to perform energy. Because the more you perform and the more you try to enjoy. Disturbing sound.
I have always loved contradictions because for me contradictions have something of tremendous value. They
unsettling, raw,
I have always loved contradictions because for me contradictions have something of tremendous value. But they somehow depend on each other. If one disappears, the other will not be there.
I'm not sure that this is going to be the final version of the song, so I'm not going to export it and send it to you, you know, all clean and stuff. I think I'm going to keep working on it. Not right now, but I think I'm going to keep working on that song a little bit. I kind of feel like even though I did introduce multiple elements that haven't been together before over here, I kind of want to do something like a little bit wild with that really high pitched harmonic distorted lead. I want to make it do some creepy shit when it comes back here in the second drop. I am liking that bass line. That bass line is a lot better.
unsettling, raw, stifling to be made.
Shit. Abort.
See those sort of statements.
Actually, that's okay. False abort.
Even
Okay, so when FL Studios running, it makes this sound, which you guys can hear, but I can't, so. Moment, please. Alright, this is the last time we're gonna have to listen to this song. This is the shitty master version. Oh, it just steals it every time. Fuck.
Unsettling, raw, stifling to make. You clearly disturb people who see those sort of statements.
I'm liking the waveform. It looks good in full. The peaks are right. I mean, this is my shitty master. Like, this is not anything like what Red Rock can do. But, like, I just, even with my shitty master, right, I like that the peaks are good. It's full sounding. I mean, it's covering the frequency band. It's full sounding. And it's still dynamic as fuck. If you look, I mean, it's like, it's not bricked. I can't stand when I see those bricked ass stuff. But there's a lot of room for it to get better. I mean, I can already imagine what it's going to look like when Tom gets done with it. This is going to be a lot wider in general. This kind of shit is all going to be a lot wider.
Unsettling, raw, stifling to make. You clearly disturb people who see those sort of statements. Because the more you consult and the more you guide it with disturbing, shame,
Well, it's that, and I think I also need to get Ozone.
Contradictions to the intellect. But deeper you go into them, you will find they are compensatories. They are not contradictions. They somehow depend on each other. If one disappears, the other will not be there.
See that section that starts right there? I just feel like
appear contradictions to the intellect. But deeper you go into them, you will find they are compensatories. They are not contradictions. They somehow depend on each other. If one disappears, the other will not be there.
I like that a lot, but it's just that right when it takes off, right? Like, this is my thought process. Because, I mean, I know I'm sitting in here with a couple other producers, right? So I know that we all think about music in a certain kind of way. I mean, I know we're all unique, but, you know, we think about music a little differently than probably the average listener, right? I'm sitting here just listening to that lead, the really high-pitched distortion lead. That one. The one that's fucking screaming, right? And I just think that when it drops over here,
They are not contradictions. Depend on each other.
see right there at the 81st bar in this particular configuration, I just feel like that high-pitched lead needs to, like, get kind of, like, a little wild with the notation in some other way. Yeah. Also, you gotta just be humble about your knowledge, right? Like, Tom's a lot younger than me, but he's been putting in work for nearly as many years as I have, and probably in some ways, in different periods, more intense work than me. And so he's learned a whole lot. He's applied himself. He's had good teaching. And I'm not gonna sit here and be like, well, I've been writing music since you were a fucking little kid, so I'm not gonna learn anything from you. You know, like, you just gotta be humble and fucking find people that know what you don't. I've been on a quest here over this last month and a half to just really change my perspective on the audio quality, because as you guys have seen from watching me write music, like, I really don't have too much trouble with composition. I can just, I mean, we all get little blocks and little weird shit, but I really just want to learn how to make my sound as good as it can. I'm not so much worried about writing drums and melodies, and you know, the problem is with our kind of music is that the sound engineering is not. It's not like playing an instrument and then having an engineer like fucking beast it out, right? Like, our whole process is that sound engineering on the post side of things. It's not just on the post side of things. Like, it's part of the way that you're developing the sound itself in the song. So I feel like it's just not. I mean, obviously mastering's afterwards, but I feel like even on the pre-master, I probably have a few things to still really get. So I'm just thinking like some stabby, like, high notes here. You know, it does this ba-dum ba-dum da. I don't know. And I tell you, like, honestly, if for some reason the universe ever decides to make my music become popular and I get to be that guy, like, honestly, dude, like, I've seen so many good examples of international acts that fucking treat people humbly and with respect. I mean, obviously, you gotta guard yourself a little bit, because there's a lot of sycophants in life, no matter whether you're, you know, quote-unquote successful artistically or not. There's just people who will just drain your energy and time without any kind of reciprocation. But I've seen so many good examples of international artists that are just so respectful to everybody, and I've seen a bunch of people that are just fucking douchebags. And I've kind of always promised myself that if I ever did get any kind of success of some kind, that I would not ever be like that. And I can't ever see myself being like that. I mean, you just have to be an asshole anyway. Like, it's just that some people who write good music are assholes, and it's like, writing music's not going to change who you are. think we have like a false impression that people who are good artists like there must be something good about them. But it's not always the case. I mean, some people can just make good music and be pieces of shit. It's just the way it is. Buffer underruns because I didn't even tell you, Tom and T Rex. So the other night my fucking sound card crashed while I was in the middle of streaming. So my emu is currently plugged in, but it's flipping the fuck out. We haven't been using it this whole time. We're on ASIO for all too. If you see, like I don't have anything routing anything out of this fucking thing right now, or in. There's nothing plugged into it. Its circuitry is literally fried, and it's sending like weird ass fucking signals through it like all the time. I can't even use my emu anymore. I'm gonna have to take the old ass, the one that's like 12 years old, out of my old computer and put it in. But I think the card is just literally fried. Hi. So yeah, the card is definitely dead. So we're just using ASIO for all, and I'm waiting until Wednesday so I can get a couple hardware upgrades. But yeah, we're doing the best we can. Oh, I forgot. I'm not using that shit. I can't even do that. Okay. Yeah, yeah. It was doing that for like a week, but not so bad. It was just doing some weird shit, and I would like change things around. But I heard it. I heard it doing some strange stuff, and I didn't really understand why. I'm gonna leave the limiter on while I play a few old tunes while I just chat with you guys in chat, because I don't trust my I don't trust my gain on my old tracks. So.
Equal rights and justice for all. Rise and never fall. Tell themselves, boom. What they gonna do when none for them not true? Say what they gonna do, them get slow, yeah. Who do you think you are? We're living in a small world. As wicked as you think you are, we're living in a small world. As bad as you think you are, we're living in a small world. As tough as you think you are, we're living in the one you know. Alright, that day will come when I stand and see all those wicked men in the fire getting burned. That day will come when they will try to escape and there will be nowhere to run. That day will come when I see they handing over bombs and bayonets and bullets and guns. That day will come when Emperor Selassie I shall rise the whole of the ghetto youth them from out of this slum, yeah. And the day I would love to see their face for all those things they do to the human race and try to take things out of place, run away to space, shoot them in the air. After one a judgment you are gonna get to taste when them find out so that them can't escape. Sad mistakes and all the people them trace. Smile on my face. That day will come when I stand and see all those wicked men in the fire getting burned. That day will come when they will try to escape and there will be nowhere to run. That day will come when I shall see they handing over bombs and bayonets and bullets and guns. That day will come when Emperor Selassie I shall rise the whole of the ghetto youth them out of this slum. Boom. Who do you think you are? We're living in a small world. As wicked as you think you are, we're living in a small world. As slick as you think you are, we're living in a small world. As tough as you think you are, we're living in the one and name now. You tell them, escape today, you can't escape tomorrow. Make sure you pay back anytime you borrow. Make sure you don't let no life in a sorrow. Make sure you're not lean and straight like arrow. Make sure your brains not push out in a barrow. Make sure you don't make them go out tomorrow. Yeah, make sure your meditation not narrow. Judgment, everyone tell us from the other one. That day will come when I stand and see all those wicked men in the fire getting burned. That day will come when they will try to escape and there will be nowhere to run. That day will come when I see they handing over bombs and bayonets and bullets and guns. That day will come when Emperor Selassie I shall rise up on the wings of the heavens and the sun. Oh yeah, I will remain the same in Rastafari name and watch them going up in flames. For all the innocent going down the drain, you have to pay for the shackles and chains, and pay for this washing of the brain, and pay for these guns and cocaine, the sick and the lame. Alright, that day will come when I shall stand and see all those wicked men in the fire getting burned. That day will come when they will try to escape and there will be nowhere to run.
Here's a drum and bass tune from me. I don't think you heard, Tom.
We on the grind, Georgia, all the time. It ain't nothing on my mind, but Georgia, we ain't playing with you. We on the grind, Georgia, all the time. It ain't nothing on my mind, but Georgia, we ain't playing with you. We on the grind, Georgia, all the time. It ain't nothing on my mind, but Georgia, we ain't playing with you. We on the grind, Georgia, all the time. It ain't nothing on my mind, but Georgia, we ain't playing with you.
Do you realize we're looking at a parallel world? Another dimension for the first time.
Country name, country slang, beans at the liquor store. Black moving, crack shooting, 50 on the 10 or so. Overcast and forecast shows cloud from plenty drone. And we ready for war that they love. Yeah, dirty words, dirty birds, it's Georgia, all the time. It ain't Nothing on my mind, but Georgia, we ain't playing with you. We on the grind, Georgia, all the time. Nothing on my mind, but Georgia, we ain't playing with you. We on the grind, Georgia, all the time. Nothing on my mind, but Georgia, we ain't playing with you. We on the grind, Georgia, all the time. Nothing on my mind, but Georgia, we ain't playing with you.
Do you realize we're looking at a parallel world? Another dimension for the first time.
Georgia,
You mean a world like ours?
country name, country slang, beans at the liquor store. Black moving, crack shooting, 50 on the 10 or so. Overcast, the forecast shows clouds from plenty drones. Man, we ready for war if they love. Yeah, dirty words, dirty birds, it's mean in this dirty south. Ever disrespected, and we'll clean up those dirty mouths. Bulldogs clocking, these lookout boys is talking. You gotta be brave in the state of I got 5 Georgia homes where I rest my Georgia bones. Come anywhere on my land and I'm aiming to Georgia Dome. If you get in an altercation, just hop on your mobile phone and tell somebody you need help in the middle of
Do you realize we're looking at a parallel world? Another dimension for the first time.
You mean a world like ours?
we some ATL thrashers, scope your pumpkin and smash it. We'll come through your hood worse than a tsunami disaster. Don't know who they gonna get or who them robbers gonna hit. That's why I keep my Georgia Tech in the day. We on the grind, Georgia, all the time. It ain't nothing on my mind, but Georgia, we ain't playing with you. We on the grind, Georgia, all the time. It ain't nothing on my mind, but Georgia, we ain't playing with you. We on the grind, Georgia, all the time. It ain't nothing on my mind, but Georgia, we ain't playing with you. We on the grind, Georgia, all the time. It ain't nothing on my mind, but Georgia, we ain't playing. Pecan country like catfish with grits, candy yams, and chitlins, grams homemade baked biscuits, the land of classical caprices and Impala super sports ingredients in this piece called Georgia. I love the women out in LA and the shopping stores in New York. The beaches at MIA, but ain't nothing like that GA. Red clay, look on your mouth. We're right above Florida, next to Bama, under the Carolinas, and Tennessee, you'll see. We're glad it's like to the midnight train, the birthplace of Martin Luther King. We're ass so plump and hips are thick. We're lat trucks sitting on 26. There's no way you're going or you'll be lost. Found in these plums in the south. These are the armor off your top down here in Georgia. We on the grind, Georgia, all the time, yeah. Nothing on my mind, but Georgia, we ain't playing with you. We on the grind, Georgia, all the time, yeah. Nothing on my mind, but Georgia, we ain't playing with you. I was born in the belly at the bottom of the map, with a wet paint, good shit, I'm a in the ground when I shake it when I'm stopping in the trap. Something dead, some warriors, so sun in space, they shake the floor. They can boom the boy fine. Now the door, kind of smiles with the cow down in the door. When they used to call us a mammoth, now they dock in the grammar. Watch your mouth, let you out with some manner. But the hustle one on every corner like the Waffle House in Atlanta. R.I.P. camouflage out in Savannah. And you might come to vacation, leave on probation. Home in the strip club, known for the dick club. With a trick, quick tips in the tip club. With a dick in the thumb with a big bird. When they get love, won't be cheap, long when they like P3. They can take it out like 3D down here. When you see them Confederate flags, you know what it is. Your folks speak Cotton Hill, why we call it the field. I got a Chevrolet on 26. I'm from GA.
Old school drum and bass, you say? These songs are so old, dude. These are from the 90s.
Go out and look for a job. The word today is job. Go out and look for a job. The word today is job. J-O-B. You hear me? J-O-B. O-O-O-J-O-B.
Oh, we're done.
Mr. Son of a Beach, let's play some cards.
Enough of that. Oh my god, my audio is routed through the wrong shit again.
Unsettling, raw, stifling mind. You clearly disturb people when you see those sort of statements. And alone you disturb people. Because slowly, there is theory. Nobody has been able to disturb. People have been sorrow. I am not going to perform deliberately. Because the more you perform it, and the more you start to disturbing, shame.
So without my cool sound card, I can't do the things. It's pretty frustrating. Something's not working right? Alright, hold on.